Hey honeys, it's Ams and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I am using henna to tint my brows for the first time. I've never done this before. Normally I have used these brands in the past. This brand here, the Maybelline, where you put it on and after you apply it, you just peel it right off, and you usually leave this on for about, I guess, 2 hours if you wanted to stay for 3 days. Brand just for men, and for the mustache and beard. And I was using this to do my eyebrows, which I had also found on YouTube. And yeah, I felt like my skin felt very irritated when I was using this, and it's just sore. I didn't like it. So today I'll be checking out this brand. Mina is says Mina eyebrow henna. This is dark brown, semi-permanent, and it stays up to 6 weeks. Spot coloring with tattoo effects. Okay, so I had read some reviews where I think people was like, well, this lasts up on your skin for about 7 days, and then I think maybe 2 weeks on the brow hair. So if you have more brow hairs, then it should last longer for you. I don't have a lot of brow hairs, as you can see. My brows are very thin. So yeah, so I always tint my brows because it's just like I don't feel like filling them in all the time. Feel what I mean? I had went and got my eyebrows tinted a few times, and I think it's like I wanted dark brown, but they always ended up different colors of light brown, and I wasn't happy with that. So honestly, the best thing that I had liked for a moment was this here by Maybelline, and I feel like it was giving me the best results. My brows would start off very dark, and then I would use like a spoolie, and I would just kind of brush them out in a way, because that kind of made the color lighten up a little bit. Sometimes it was too dark and I didn't like that. But what, like I said, for the just for men, I think I used it, maybe I did like 4 applications, not only once, but like in general, like in all, I did 4. I tried it 4 times, and yeah, it wasn't a fit for me. I actually used henna to dye my dad's hair, and his hair looks really good. It's like a really rich dark brown. So no, this isn't the same brand, but I feel that, I don't know, we're just gonna check it out. It does say it has no ammonia and no lead, so that's awesome. I only have to leave this henna on for 10 to 15 minutes, which will make it so much more convenient than when I use the Maybelline tattoo brow, because I have to leave it on for 2 hours just for it to stay longer, for it to last for at least, what, 3 to 5 days. So I'm hoping that this works better. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how to prepare right quick and mix it up, and then we're gonna start the application process. This is the henna that I'll be using for today's video, and it came with 3 packets of henna, and it's supposed to be 8 to 10 applications for each package. Also, it had a spatula in the box. Then it also had a bottle to keep the leftover henna, and also a dropper to add some water to the henna, and a measuring cup. So the instructions said to use about half, see, I'm spilling everything, guys, about half a spoon of henna, and then from there add water. And I did that, and what I realized was it just didn't look like a lot of henna, and maybe this could be fine for most people. I feel like maybe if you have well, I have thin brows, but like I told you guys, I like to make my eyebrows a little bit bigger, so I'll have to have some henna that's going to be on my skin as well. So I was looking at this like, this just doesn't look like enough. Also, I realized it's too hard to scoop the henna out of the packs it comes in, so I decided to put it in the leftover bottle. So I think it's easier to scoop from there, but I decided to add 1 more half a scoop to my mixture. After this second scoop, I decided to add about 4 or 5 drops of water, and I wanted it to be kind of like a pudding consistency, so you stir for about 5 minutes. I feel like this was a pretty good consistency. It's not very runny, so yeah, it kind of looks like pudding. Honestly, this bottle is so convenient. I'm glad it came with this because it's hard to scoop out of the packet. So yeah, just put the rest up for later. So I just have a cotton pad and it has cleanser on one side and water on the other. So I'm just cleaning my brow. Make sure there's nothing in my brow hairs at all. No makeup or anything like that. Next, I'm just using my spoolie to brush out my brows. Now I'm using white eyeliner to map out my brows. I feel like this is very convenient because once you place the henna, you want to place it exactly where you want it to be to get that desired look. So also I know that you can buy brow paste from this brand or some other brands as well to map out your brows, but I feel like this was just as effective. I feel like this took the longest, trying to map out my brows, and you know, because it's a big deal in a way when you think about it. Once you place the henna, it's there. I feel like this really gives you good placement, and yeah, I just want to make sure I was really focused while doing this. I used a Q-tip just to get rid of any of the excess liner that was on my brow hairs. I'm using an angled brush to apply the henna, and I start at the end of my brow, going from the root of the brow to the tips. So I'm just going to apply a thin layer because even though I know I can use henna because I didn't have a reaction when I did the skin test, I just want to make sure. I don't want to like overdo it. At the top of my brow, I'm just doing light strokes. Let me tell you guys about brows. I mean, it is such a process. I'm just like, every single time I do my brows, I can't ever get them exactly the way I want them. But at the same time, this will do. I'm finished applying the henna to my brows, and it says on there you can let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, but I'm definitely going to do 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my brows now with this cleanser. I have cleanser on this pad. Let's see what happens. Good and crusty. Also, when henna dries, it gets hard, so you have to apply a little pressure. You can see a little redness in my brows, but it'll go away. It's not an allergic reaction or anything like that. It's just because I have to rub so hard to get the henna off of my skin. And I feel like I could have added some more product to make it darker. I just did a thin layer, but also I only left it on for 15 minutes. So maybe if I left it on for maybe 25 minutes or so, it probably would be even darker than this. But I actually like the results. I feel like it looks very natural. And you can tell where I did like little strokes right here. And I feel like those came out good because most of the times when I do strokes with any other product, you can't even tell. It's just like blends in with the rest of the brow. But yeah, I like it. All right, let's do the next one. Okay, so all the henna is out of my brows. So yeah, you have to make sure that you get it out of like any of the hairs that's even in between here because sometimes it gets trapped right through there. So just make sure that you rub really good. My brows are not red anymore, so that's awesome. All right, next step is to add just a little bit of oil. Just a little bit because you do not want to mess up the color. This here helps to fix the color. I think it kind of lightens up if it's dark. Mine are not dark, so but I'm just doing it just because it said to do that on the instructions. But just a little bit, like I only put just a drop of oil and I'm just patting on there because I do not want any more color to come off of the ends of my brow, because my brows are so thin at the ends that if I put too much oil, I feel like it'll take it off. But the oil is to add shine and softness, so I understand. I just take my spoolie and I'm just making sure that there is not a lot of oil in my brow hairs, just distributing it through the hair of the brow. Yeah, that looks good. Ooh, yes, that looks good. I like it. They look really natural. Like they do not look, they don't look like super dark and weird. Like, and sometimes I also have the issue with the color being messed up. Like I told you guys, sometimes my eyebrows are different shades of brown, not like that really like just dark brown. I like just to be dark brown. I don't like that reddish tint, and these do not have a reddish tint, thankfully, because I'm so used to my brows having that tint to them, and that always makes me like either they're about to fade really fast or I'm stuck with reddish brown eyebrows, and then I'm gonna have to fill them in every single day like I normally would. So, and I'm like, that defeats the purpose. This came out great, and like I said before, please do a skin test and make sure that you are not allergic to henna, because I did see some reviews on Amazon where people were allergic to this brand, and it could have been also some other brands. So please do a skin test and make sure you're not allergic, because you do not want your eyebrows to swell up. So if you do try this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what were your results, because I want to know. Sis, I definitely want to know. But thank you so much for watching this video.